Hello student. Today by using Gauss theorem we have to derive an expression for electric field due to a spherically charged body or hollow sphere at three cases. Number one, outside when the point is outside the charged spherical sphere. Number two, on the surface of the spherical sphere. And number three, inside the spherical sphere or cell. Okay. So I am discussing one by one. First case is, what will be the electric field due to a charged spherical sphere or hollow sphere at a point which is lying outside the spherical cell. Now, in figure 1, it is shown here. This is our spherical cell, charged spherical cell whose radius is denoted by capital R, center is O, and total charge is, we have considered here, plus Q, distributed all over the surface of the spherical sphere. Now, we have to find the electric field at a point which is lying outside the spherical cell. Let that point is, this point is P point. Here we have considered this P point. We have to find the electrical field at this P point, which is at a distance of small r from center of the spherical cell, as it is shown in figure 1. It means small r here greater than capital R, where capital R is the radius of the charged spherical cell or hollow sphere. Now, as we know that when the charge is spherically distributed charge, then the electric field for a spherically charged distributed body is always radially outward. So here electric field passing through originating from this charged spherical cell always normal to the surface of the sphere. Now, to find the electric field at this point, P point, which is lying outside the spherical cell, first by using Gauss theorem. So before using Gauss theorem, we have to draw a Gaussian surface, so that P point is lying on the Gaussian surface. Here, this dotted surface act as a Gaussian surface or hypothetical surface, and this P point is lying on this dotted surface area, on the dotted surface area. Now, we have considered a very small elemental area ds, vector ds. Now, the direction of the ds vector, as it is, here it is shown in this shaded region. Okay. Now, as it is very small, so direction of the ds vector is along this direction, or we can say the direction angle between vector E, electrical field vector, and ds vector is same, means both are parallel to each other. Now, the small electrical flux passing through this area, elemental area ds, if it is denoted by d phi, then d phi equal to, according to formula, E dot ds. Now, E ds cos 0 degree by using dot product rule, and angle already told it is 0 degree angle between vector E and vector ds. So E ds. So this is the small electrical flux passing through this elemental area vector ds. Now, from Gauss theorem, we know that total electrical flux passing through a closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by this closed surface. Here, total charge is already denoted here, plus Q. So, by mathematical form of Gauss theorem, phi equal to total electrical flux passing through this closed surface, Q by epsilon naught. Now, in place of phi, we can put this expression, closed surface integration E dot ds equal to q by epsilon naught. Okay. Now closed surface integration E dot ds, it or you can write first equal d phi equal to q by epsilon naught, E dot ds equal to q by epsilon naught. Okay. Now from this expression, in place of d phi, we can write directly E ds, or you can write first this, then you can write this expression. So closed surface integration E ds q by epsilon naught. Okay. Now, so E is the electrical field, and it is constant throughout this closed surface, as it depends on only r, capital and small r. So we can take out from integration. So closed surface integration S ds equal to q by epsilon naught. Now closed surface integration of ds, it means total surface area of this dotted surface or Gaussian surface whose radius is smaller. So total surface area of a sphere whose radius is smaller, we can write E into 4 pi small r square q by epsilon naught. Okay. So E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. So this is the electrical field due to a positively charged spherical cell at a point which is lying outside this spherical cell. Okay. So this is the expression of first case of electrical field due to sphere. Now in second case, this is the figure for second case. Here we have to find the electrical field due to a charged spherical cell on its surface. So we have considered this P point is lying on the surface. It means here Gaussian surface and the spherical cell surface is same. It means small r equal to r. So by applying applying Gauss's theorem and proceeding in this way, we can find that E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by small r square. Here small r equal to capital R. So this is the expression of electrical field due to a charged spherical cell or charged hollow sphere on its surface. This is the expression. You can write this expression can be written also in this way also, q by capital R square or small r square, because small r equal to capital R. So it is better to write in terms of small r because we are finding in terms of small r. Now next case is when we have to find the electrical field of a charged spherical cell when the point is lying inside the charged spherical cell. It means let this point P point is situated at this here, and OP equal to small r. Okay, and radius of the spherical cell is capital R. Here small r is less than capital R. Now we have drawn a Gaussian surface. It is shown in this dotted line, dotted circle by dotted circle, and this P point is lying on this dotted surface. Now, according to Gauss theorem, we know that total outward flux phi equal to q by epsilon naught, or in place of this phi, we can write closed surface integration E dot ds equal to q by epsilon naught. But here total charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface is 0 because total charge is lying outside this Gaussian surface. It means on the spherical shell. So total charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface is 0. So electrical field as Q equal to 0. So electrical field inside this spherical shell is always 0. Okay. So in this way we can find the electrical field due to a spherically charged shell or hollow sphere in 3 cases. Okay. So just go through it, and if any question you ask me and related to this topic, I will give some numerical problem also. Okay. So in next case, we have to derive the expression of electric field due to a charge, due to a spherical charged solid body or solid sphere. So already discussed the how to find the electrical field due to a spherically symmetric hollow sphere or charged body. Now, or spherically distributed charge cell. Now here we have to find the electrical field due to a solid sphere, positively charged solid sphere. Now here also arise 3 cases: outside, on the surface, or inside the surface, solid. Okay. Now in first 2 cases we have to proceed same way, and we can find the expression same expression we can find. E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square, and in second case E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by small r square or q by capital R square for solid sphere also. Now when we have to find the electrical field due to this charged solid sphere whose radius is capital R inside the body or inside the solid sphere. Here it is shown in this figure. Here we have to find the electrical field due to this spherical solid sphere at a point which is lying inside. Let this point is P point. Now here in case of cell we already discussed that it is 0, but in case of solid it is not 0 because charge is distributed all over the solid sphere. So here how to find it? So by using Gauss theorem, we let the total flux passing through this surface is phi, means Gaussian surface, which is inside whose radius is smaller, and smaller is less than capital R. So phi equal to q dash by epsilon naught. This is the main thing. Here just remember it is not q, it is q dash. What is q dash? Q dash is the charge enclosed by this solid sphere whose radius is smaller, and charge enclosed by the solid sphere whose radius is capital R is plus q. So just using Gauss theorem, the phi, in place of phi we can write closed surface integration E dot ds. Just proceed like last cases. Q dash by epsilon naught. Now both are same direction, parallel to each other. So surface integration E ds q dash by epsilon naught. So E closed surface integration ds equal to q dash by epsilon naught. So E total surface area is 4 pi r square equal to q dash by epsilon naught. So E equal to 1 by 4 pi small r square epsilon naught q dash This is the expression. Now after this we have to find the value of q dash. So how to find q dash? Now here we have to apply the volume charge density to find. Now already discussed the notation of volume charge density is rho. So rho equal to, we can find total charge is Q, total volume 4 by 3 pi capital R cube, where capital R is the radius of the solid. Now charge enclosed by this closed surface whose radius is small r is equal to Q dash. So what is Q dash? How to find? So Q dash equal to Q into rho into volume of this cell whose radius is smaller. So 4 by 3 pi small r cube. So Q dash equal to rho, put this value in place of rho. So Q by 4 by 3 pi r cube into 4 by 3 pi small r cube. 4 by 3 cancel. So Q dash equal to Q r cube by capital R cube. This is the value of Q dash. Now putting this value of Q dash in this expression, we can find easily E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q r cube small r cube by capital R cube into r square. Putting this value of Q dash in this expression, so E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into small r by capital R cube. This is the expression of electric field